The first thing many projectors report isn't a monster, but an absence. A profound, chilling sense of being observed from the periphery of their astral vision. These are the formless observers, entities that exist as patches of concentrated shadow or distortions in the fabric of the astral light itself. They don't move toward you. They don't flee. They simply watch. Their presence is a cold pressure against your energy body, a silent, intelligent scrutiny that feels ancient and utterly alien. Documented across cultures and centuries, descriptions align eerily. Medieval mystics called them the silent congregation. Modern projectors describe them as living darkness or sentient static. Their intent remains unknown, which is perhaps the most unsettling part. Are they custodians, archivists of consciousness, or something far less benign, studying us as we wander into their domain? The thriller lies in the mystery of their purpose. The horror lies in the primal fear of being prey, pinned under an unseen gaze in a realm where you thought you were free. Venture into the denser, lower vibrational layers of the astral, and the environment shifts. Here, the atmosphere is thick with the residual energy of fear, anger, and pain. And drawn to this sustenance are the feeders. These entities are rarely seen clearly. They are more often felt as a sudden drain on your vitality, a wave of despair, or a sharp, invasive cold. Descriptions from those who have encountered them speak of amorphous, shifting shapes that seem to drink the light around them, leaving a trail of deeper gloom. From a documentary perspective, these entities align with concepts of psychic parasites or astral larvae, discussed in theosophical literature and by occultists like Aleister Crowley. They are believed to be non-sentient, or barely sentient, formations created by and feeding on negative human emotion. The science fiction element asks, are they a natural part of the psychic ecosystem, a form of energetic decomposition? The horror is visceral. Imagine feeling a part of your joy, your peace, your very consciousness being siphoned away by a clinging, cold presence that grows stronger as you grow weaker. The thriller is the race to raise your vibration, to shine your light brighter than their hunger, before they anchor you in their dismal realm. Perhaps the most psychologically terrifying inhabitants are the mimics. These entities possess a chilling ability to reflect forms familiar to the projector. You might see a lost loved one waving you over, a spiritual teacher beckoning, or even a perfect duplicate of yourself, standing just ahead with a smile that doesn't reach its eyes. Their deception is their weapon, their familiarity the bait. Historical accounts of fetch or co-walkers in Celtic folklore and the double in Germanic tales mirror these astral encounters. The danger isn't always direct attack, it's misdirection. A mimic might lead you into an astral loop, a repetitive, confusing landscape designed to disorient and trap your consciousness. Or it might seek to impart false, disturbing information, poisoning your understanding of the non-physical realms. The thriller is the slow dawning realization that something is off. The loved one knows things they shouldn't. The teacher's advice leads to darkness. Your double's reflection moves a second too late. The horror is the violation of trust, the corruption of memory and comfort into a tool for entrapment. Not all astral inhabitants are predatory or ominous. As consciousness ascends to higher vibrational layers, reports shift dramatically. Here, projectors encounter the architects. These entities defy traditional biological form. They appear as vast, intricate structures of living light, pulsating geometric shapes, crystalline mandalas, rotating hypercubes, or flowing fractals that communicate not through language, but through direct telepathic infusion of complex concepts, mathematics, and music. From a documentary standpoint, these descriptions bear striking resemblance to the Enochian entities described by John Dee, the angels of mystical Judaism, or the divas of theosophy. The science fiction tone emerges in their sheer, transcendent otherness. Communication with an architect is said to be overwhelming, downloading volumes of information in an instant about the structure of reality, consciousness, or cosmic history. The experience is often described as blissful, but with an edge of terrifying awe, the thrill of contacting a vastly superior intelligence. The slight horror element remains in the sheer scale. Confronting a sentient galaxy of light can shatter a human ego, a phenomenon mystics call spiritual intoxication. At certain junctures, before entering a particularly vibrant realm or approaching a profound astral landmark, projectors often report meeting the guardians. These entities are diverse in form, majestic, winged beings of flame, serene, multi-armed figures, or even immense animalistic totems like stone sphinxes or jeweled serpents. Their role is not to frighten, but to test. They are the threshold guardians, the personified criteria for passage. Documentary analysis links them to the dweller on the threshold from esoteric lore, the cherubim guarding Eden, or the gatekeepers in shamanic journeying. Their tests are rarely physical. A guardian might project a wave of pure fear to see if you can hold your center. It might ask a riddle that probes the integrity of your intent. Why do you seek to enter? The thriller is the high-stakes examination. The horror, subtle but present, is the consequence of failure. Being gently but firmly turned back, your journey ended, forced to return to the body with the knowledge that you were not yet ready. This leads to the most crucial, practical insight from all these encounters. Your consciousness is not a passive tourist in the astral. It is a beacon. Your vibrational state, determined by your emotions, intent, and purity of mind, acts as a homing signal and a protective field. Fear and low-vibration emotions attract the feeders and empower the mimics. They are drawn to the frequency like sharks to blood. Conversely, love, curiosity, and a calm, focused intent act as a shield and attract benevolent attention, or simply allow you to pass unnoticed. Think of it as an ecological documentary of the mind. You enter a jungle. If you radiate panic, you attract predators. If you move with calm awareness, you observe the ecosystem without disturbing it. The science fiction twist is that you are the energy source. The horror is the personal responsibility. The monsters you meet may be reflections of what you brought with you. The ultimate thriller is mastering your own inner state to become the sovereign explorer of these incredible, terrifying, and wondrous realms.